Hello, this is Darius. Welcome to Moon Life Astro. If you're new, welcome back. I do appreciate everyone who returns to the channel and all the newcomers as well. This week, we're going to get into the upcoming astrology of the week, June 4th through June 11th. For those of you who are new on this channel, I speak to people who are spiritual or spiritually curious. We talk about astrology, the moon transits, how to plan using those transits, how to improve your productivity, how to live your mission as a solopreneur, an entrepreneur. I like to give people spiritual guidance around how to fulfill their purpose. We actually have quite a few transits coming up this week. But before I get into all of that, I did want to do just a quick check-in, see how folks were doing. We've just come off the Memorial Day weekend in the United States. We had that new moon as well. And we also had Saturn recently enter Aries. So I know quite a few folks have had some emotional upsets during that time. Some people have had a lot of fatigue, irritation during that time. So you may be coming off of that. For some folks, the new moon was pretty intense. If that was the case, I hope you are taking good care of yourself, that you found a way to decompress and to relax, take care of yourself. It was actually a pretty good new moon for me. I am looking at ways of doing things a little bit differently. And so hopefully in the next few months, I'll be able to unveil some of that for folks here on the channel. And mostly, I just feel like I'm getting more into my groove in terms of my communication channels. I'm feeling more comfortable being on YouTube, feeling more comfortable with my newsletter, and also still excited and energized by all of those things. And so I hope that people are getting value out of all of those. Oh, just a quick reminder as well, to like the channel, do subscribe. That does help me get the message out to more people. And with that, I'm going to get right into the upcoming transits because, like I said, the week June 4th through June 11th, we have quite a bit happening. We have June 4th, Venus sextiling Jupiter, June 5th, Mercury sextiling Mars, June 6th, Venus entering Taurus, June 5th, we're going to have Mercury squaring the North Node, June 8th, we're going to have Mercury conjunct Jupiter and Mercury entering Cancer, June 9th, we're going to have Mercury square Saturn, and Venus will also square Pluto. Mercury will also square Neptune that same day. And Jupiter is going to enter Cancer. I have a separate video on that came out earlier this week, so definitely do check that out. June 11th, Mercury sextile Venus. I'm not sure if I'm going to get into that during this meeting, during this recording today. And we also have the new moon on June 11th, but I'm going to do a separate video on the new moon. So check that out because that'll be next week's video. But for today, like I said, just wanted to run through the transits, give you a sense of how you can use the energies for this week. We have some nice Venus-Jupiter blessings, some Mercury-heavy mental shifts, and then, like I said, Jupiter entering Cancer, a new emotional growth cycle. Excuse me, my voice cracked there. And guidance for solopreneurs on how to sync up your planning with your spiritual clarity. So now, basically June 4th through June 6th, this could be a really great couple of days for some soft starts, maybe experiencing some clarity, and also finding a way just to ground your aesthetics, maybe in terms of like your visual presentations for your work. So I'll break it down bit by bit. June 4th, we have Venus sextiling Jupiter. Venus is love, abundance. Venus is our relationship to love, beauty, and value, our money, our resources. Jupiter is about expansion, abundance. So when they come together in a supportive sextile, this could be a sweet spot for connection, for charm, creativity, and visibility. This could be an ideal time for maybe doing a launch of a heart-aligned offer, reconnecting with the joy in your work. If you lost that spark for your work, and if so, why? This could be a good day to set aside time to think about that, to look at that. Or if you've been struggling with how to find more joy in your work, how you show up in service of others. This could be a good way to tap into that energy. It's a supportive time to do that sort of thing. You could also receive some abundance with ease. Maybe you'll get an unexpected check, who knows, or an unexpected direct deposit. That would be really nice. I hope that happens for you. June 5th, we have Mercury sextiling Mars, and Mercury is also going to square the North Node that same day. So Mercury, our ability to communicate, how we digest information, coming together in a sextile with Mars, which is our bravery, our courage, our ability to initiate. Mercury and Mars coming together in a supportive sextile. This could lead to some mental momentum. You might have an aha moment around your productivity, maybe actions you want to take in your business, or maybe how you want to structure your schedule. That same day, Mercury is going to square the North Node. The North Node is our soul's calling, our soul's purpose. Some call it the node of fate. So when it squares Mercury, that could be a tense aspect. But squares are great because squares lead to action, things actually coming into fruition. It gets the momentum going. So even though it can be difficult sometimes, it's necessary. So some caution for Mercury and the North Node. Maybe keep an eye out for old mistakes or patterns that are keeping you stuck, feeling like you can't move to the next level. An emotional block may be revealed, something that's keeping you from maybe taking the risk you need to take in moving the needle on your business or taking that next project on that you've been considering. This is a good time, June 5th, just to look at it, see what comes up, and check in. And with Mercury sextiling Mars, maybe a solution will actually come to the surface for you as well. June 6th, Venus enters Taurus, which is really nice because Venus is in her home sign in Taurus. Taurus is about stability, being grounded, and Venus it's at her home sign. So there's a lot more magnetism, sensual energy in the air. And Venus has actually been through a lot. Venus had a pretty intense retrograde earlier this year in March, first part of April. And then it also it had a lot of tense aspects in the early part of the year. So now Venus going into Taurus, it gets a break. So you may have some release of tension potentially around things that have been struggles for you in the area that Venus rules over: love, beauty, romance, finance. Maybe during this time when Venus is in Taurus, there'll be a lifting of that energy. There may be this could be a great opportunity to beautify your workspace, refine your pricing, and also simplify your systems. Because it's a great way to use this stabilizing and sensual energy that Taurus can bring. And a planning tip, maybe you could focus on sustainable, nourishing business moves. What does it look like to have your business be more emotionally supportive? Do you need more resources? Do you need more support? Are there ways that you can be using either systems or maybe even potentially hiring help? If you've been considering that, while Venus is traveling through Taurus for the next few weeks, that could be a good time to look at that sort of thing. The June 8th through 9th, we have some Mercury transits happening. So on June 8th, we're going to have Mercury conjunct Jupiter. And then Mercury is also going to enter Cancer. So when you have Mercury conjunct Jupiter and Mercury entering Cancer on the same day, this could be an opportunity for big mental expansion, big ideas, big vision. So this might be a good day to either revisit the vision board or do a new vision board if you like doing that sort of thing, a mind map, etc. This could be a good day, or these next couple of days, June 8th through June 9th, you might have another mindset breakthrough around either a personal issue or something in the business. We're also going to have Jupiter entering Cancer around this time. So this is about moving from logic and into our intuition. It's going to be leaving Gemini and going into Cancer. So one productivity tip, you could revisit your messaging. Does your communication reflect the emotional intelligence and care that you want it to? something to consider. June 9th, we have Mercury squaring Saturn, and it's also going to square Neptune. So again, Mercury, our ability to communicate, how we digest information, how we speak, squaring Saturn, the taskmaster, the timekeeper. Mercury squares Saturn. There may be potential mental blocks or delays at that time. This could bring up critical self-talk for people. So if that happens, if the insecurities come to the surface, take the time to slow down and reassess. Consider if maybe you're being too hard on yourself. Look at it from that perspective. That same day, Mercury is going to square Neptune. Neptune, imagination, our ability to envision, but it can also lead to over fantasizing sometimes. Neptune, it can lead to confusion, fogginess. So when Mercury squares Neptune, it could lead to confusion. There could be lack of clarity. Someone could potentially attempt to deceive you. So not a good day for rushing into decisions. Wait for that fog to lift. That same day, we're also going to have Venus squaring Pluto. Pluto, transformation, expansion. Pluto is more about, actually, I had a really good friend, an astrologist, say to me that Pluto only destroys what's not stable. So when Pluto can be transformative and disruptive. So when Venus squares Pluto, Venus, again, that love, finance, our ability, how we value ourselves. Squaring Pluto, that planet of transformation, it could lead to power struggles, either in those Venus ruled areas, in love, business, or self-worth, but could also lead to potential healing in those areas. So there could be a time around those days, June 8th, June 9th, where something comes to the surface that shows it needs another deep level of healing. Maybe there's more shadow work to be done in those areas, maybe about being visible in your business, for example. And again, Jupiter is going to be entering Cancer. It's going to be there from June 9th until June 9th, 2025, until June 30th, 2026. So this is a new 12-month cycle. And again, I have a larger video going into the details around that. But the things to really be highlighted during this time, it's going to increase our emotional intelligence. Jupiter in Cancer can also lead to healing of family ancestry, healing genetic karma, but it can also help lead to creating a sense of inner safety and nourishment. And Jupiter in Cancer is an excellent transit for building more soul-aligned content. Also, it's another opportunity to really find your communities, the people who support who you are, your true authentic self. And it could be a great time to initiate or to continue to build on legacy projects in particular. So here's some ways to work with some of these transits. You could use June 4th to June 6th as a time to plant seeds for abundance and prosperity and as a beauty as well. You can use June 8th to 9th to pause, reflect, and reset your inner compass. Not a time to force clarity. Let your emotions guide you in new business directions. And then Jupiter in Cancer can also guide your next 12-month vision. Look at how you can build your systems that feel safe and nurturing, that really support the relaxation of your nervous system while still allowing you to grow and build and create something that's sustainable. This is the time to tap into your emotional wisdom, especially when it comes to your strategic planning. To not always come at your planning from a space of logic and all the boxes having to be checked. Give yourself permission to really check in with where you are emotionally and spiritually. And is it all working together to support your spiritual expansion and your spiritual growth, but from a space of grace? Here are some reflection prompts and ritual ideas. You can ask yourself, what outdated I'm going to put these prompts in the description box as well. But journal prompts, what outdated belief is ready to be released so that I can move forward? Where am I being asked to slow down and feel instead of force? And 3, how can I root my business in emotional wisdom and legacy building? And I'll read those again. So first one, what outdated belief is ready to be released so I can move forward? 2, where am I being asked to slow down and feel instead of force? And how can I root my business in emotional wisdom and legacy building? Some potential rituals. You can take out a candle and water bowl for emotional clarity. That's the Cancer element. Water is associated with Cancer. You could write a love letter to your future self 1 year from now. You know, what do you want to have received or manifested as a result of Jupiter and Cancer? Or you could simply just do a card pull. What is my soul asking me to build next? Basically, if any of this resonated with you, again, I do ask that you like the video and do subscribe to my channel. It does help me support more people. You can also comment below with any ahas that have come to mind for you, maybe even just Jupiter and Cancer is a way to acknowledge that, you know, you made it this far in the video. You hung on to the end. I do appreciate that. And I will be coming back next week as well. Like I said, with the the full moon video, and talk about Father's Day as well coming up. Again, thank you for your time. I do appreciate all of you who could return to my channel, and I always welcome the newcomers. Appreciate you as well. Hopefully, we'll see you again. Wishing you love, peace, and joy. Eastfully yours, Dear Reese.